My beloved children, today I come to speak to you about a simple but profound truth. Finding joy in the small things, in a world that often values success, achievement, and great accomplishments, it is easy to overlook the little moments that I place before you each day. Moments that are filled with my love, my grace, and my blessings. But I tell you this, true joy, the kind of joy that sustains your heart and lifts your spirit, is often found in the smallest of things. Look around you, my children. Every day I am giving you gifts, small, precious gifts that many may overlook. The warmth of the sun on your face, the laughter of a loved one, the gentle breeze that whispers through the trees, the beauty of a flower blooming in the midst of a busy city. These are not mere accidents of life. They are my gifts to you, a reminder of my presence and my love. I created the world in its grand beauty, with mountains that touch the sky and oceans that stretch beyond the horizon. But I also created the small wonders, the song of a bird, the fragrance of a blooming rose, the sparkle of the stars in the night sky. I am present in all of these things, both great and small, and it is in the small things that you can most easily find my peace, my joy, and my love. You see, my children, the world often teaches you to chase after the big things, success, wealth, recognition. It tells you that happiness comes from achieving more, having more, being more. But this pursuit often leaves you weary, empty, and unsatisfied. The truth is, joy does not come from the accumulation of things or accomplishments. It comes from a heart that is open to my presence in the here and now, in the quiet moments of life, in the simplicity of everyday blessings. Do you remember the story of Martha and Mary? Martha was busy, consumed by the tasks of the day, preparing food, tending to the house, doing what she thought was necessary to serve me. But Mary chose to sit at my feet, to be present with me, to listen to my words, and find joy in my presence. And when Martha asked me to tell Mary to help her, I said, Martha, Martha, you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her. In that moment, I was not telling Martha that her work was unimportant. I was showing her, and showing you, that joy is not found in the busyness of life, but in the quiet moments of connection with me. Mary found joy in sitting at my feet, in being still, in listening, in appreciating the gift of that moment. And I tell you, my children, that these moments are available to you every day, if only you will pause long enough to see them. Consider the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? And consider the lilies of the field, how they grow. They do not labor or spin. Yet, I tell you that not even Solomon, in all his splendor, was dressed like one of these. If I care so much for the birds and the flowers, how much more do I care for you? And if I care for you, do you not think that I have placed blessings in your life every single day? But here is the key, my children. To find joy in the small things, you must first have a heart of gratitude. Gratitude is the lens through which you see the blessings in your life. Without gratitude, even the most beautiful gifts can go unnoticed, overshadowed by the worries and distractions of life. But when you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you begin to see my hand at work in everything around you. You begin to recognize that each day is filled with small miracles, moments of grace, and opportunities to experience my joy. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a choice. It is a choice to focus on what you have rather than on what you lack. It is a choice to give thanks for the simple things: the meal on your table, the roof over your head, the companionship of a friend, the smile of a stranger. These are all my blessings, and when you give thanks for them, your heart becomes more open to experiencing the joy that comes from me. I know that life is not always easy, my children. I know that there are times of hardship, pain, and sorrow. But even in those moments, I am with you, and I'm giving you small blessings to sustain you. A kind word spoken in a moment of need, a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day, the sound of rain that brings refreshment to the earth. These are my gifts to you, my reminders that I have not forgotten you, that I am with you, and that I am working all things for your good. Do you remember the story of the loaves and the fishes? A small boy came forward with only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. It seemed like such a small offering in the face of such great need. But when he placed what he had into my hands, I multiplied it, and it became more than enough to feed thousands. This is what I do with the small things in your life. When you offer them to me with a heart of gratitude, I take them and multiply them, turning them into something greater than you could have imagined. And this is why I tell you to be grateful for the small blessings in life. They are not insignificant. They are the building blocks of a life filled with joy, peace, and contentment. When you are faithful in noticing and giving thanks for the small things, I will entrust you with even greater blessings. But even in the greatest of blessings, my joy is found not in the size of the gift, but in the heart that receives it with gratitude. Let us talk about the power of presence, my children. In the busyness of life, it is easy to miss the moments that truly matter. You may find yourself rushing from one task to the next, always looking ahead to the next goal, the next accomplishment, the next thing that you believe will bring you happiness. But in doing so, you miss the beauty of the present moment. You miss the small blessings that are right in front of you. I call you to be present, to slow down, and to notice the gifts I have placed in your path. When you walk through a field, do you notice the flowers growing at your feet? When you sit with a loved one, do you listen to the sound of their voice, or are you distracted by your own thoughts? When you take a breath, do you give thanks for the air that fills your lungs, or do you rush past it, always thinking of what comes next? There is joy in the present moment, my children. There is joy in simply being, in simply breathing, in simply living. You do not need to achieve great things to find joy. You do not need to wait for some future moment of success to experience my peace. It is here, now, in this moment. It is in the small things, the simple things, the things that you may have overlooked. I want you to know that I delight in you. I take joy in every moment you spend in my presence. I take joy in your laughter, in your smiles, in the way you love one another, and I want you to experience that same joy. I want you to find joy in the way the sunlight filters through the trees, in the sound of children playing, in the warmth of a blanket on a cold night. These are not just fleeting moments. They are my love made manifest in your life. So I ask you, my beloved children, to open your eyes, to open your hearts, and to see the small blessings that I have placed all around you. Do not wait for tomorrow to find joy. Do not think that joy is something you must earn or strive for. It is a gift, and it is available to you every single day. It is found in the small things the simple things, the things that remind you of my love for you. When you begin to see my blessings in the small things, you will find that your heart is filled with joy. You will find that even in the midst of trials, you can experience peace. You will find that life is not just a series of tasks to be completed, but a beautiful journey to be lived with gratitude, love, and joy. So today, I invite you to take a moment to be still. Take a moment to breathe, to listen, to see, and to give thanks. Take a moment to notice the small blessings that I have placed in your life. And as you do, you will find that my joy fills your heart, that my peace rests upon your soul, and that my love surrounds you in ways you never imagined. Go now, my children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, as we continue on this journey of discovering the joy that is hidden in the small things of life, I want to speak to you about the importance of your perspective. Joy is not something that is dependent on your external circumstances. It is not something that comes only when everything in your life is perfect. Rather, joy is a state of the heart, a posture of the soul that is rooted in gratitude, trust, and love. Your ability to find joy in small things is deeply connected to the way you view the world and your place in it. When your heart is focused on what you do not have, on what is lacking, on what has not yet come to pass, you will find it difficult to experience the joy that I offer you. When your heart is focused on the abundance of my love, on the blessings that surround you each day, and on the assurance that I am with you always, you will begin to see that joy is not far away. It is right in front of you, waiting to be noticed. Take a moment, my children, and think about the things that you have in your life right now that bring you joy. Perhaps it is the smile of a loved one, the beauty of a sunrise, the sound of music that stirs your soul, or the simple pleasure of a meal shared with family. These are the small things, the everyday blessings that are so easy to overlook in the rush of life. Yet, these are the things that I have placed in your path as reminders of my love and care for you. I know that many of you are carrying burdens. Some of you are walking through difficult seasons of life, facing challenges that seem overwhelming. You may wonder how you can find joy when your heart is heavy, when the weight of the world feels too much to bear. But I tell you this, even in the darkest of times, my light shines. Even in the midst of sorrow, there are moments of grace and beauty that I have placed in your life to sustain you. Remember, my children, that I am with you in every moment. I am with you in the moments of joy and celebration, and I am with you in the moments of pain and struggle. I do not ask you to deny your pain or to pretend that everything is perfect, but I do ask you to trust me, to look for the ways that I am working in your life, even in the smallest of ways. For it is often in the small things that my presence is most clearly felt. Let us reflect on the story of the widow's offering. She gave only 2 small coins, a gift that seemed insignificant compared to the large offerings of the wealthy. Yet I said, "This poor widow has put in more than all the others. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she, out of her poverty, put in all she had to live on. What seemed small in the eyes of the world was of great value in my eyes." This is the lesson, my children. Do not despise the small things, for in them great worth is found. The small acts of kindness you show to others, the quiet moments of reflection and prayer, the simple gratitude for the beauty of creation. These are the things that bring joy to your heart and glory to my name. You do not need to do great and mighty things to live a life that is pleasing to me. You do not need to achieve worldly success to experience the fullness of my love. All you need is a heart that is open to my presence, a heart that is willing to see the beauty in the small things. Consider the parable of the mustard seed. The mustard seed is one of the smallest seeds, yet when it is planted, it grows into a large tree where birds come and find shelter. In the same way, when you plant the seed of gratitude in your heart, when you nurture it by giving thanks for the small blessings in your life, it will grow into a great tree of joy that will sustain you and those around you. Your joy will become a place of refuge, a place of peace for others to find comfort and hope. You see, my children, joy is contagious. When you find joy in the small things, when you live with a heart of gratitude, you inspire others to do the same. Your joy becomes a light that shines in the darkness, a beacon of hope that draws others to me. It is in the small things that you can make the greatest impact, not by what you achieve, but by how you love, how you give, and how you live each day with purpose and gratitude. Now let us talk about the connection between joy and contentment. True joy cannot exist without contentment, and contentment is found in knowing that I am enough for you. The world tells you that you need more possessions, more success, more recognition to be happy. But I tell you, my children, that all you need is me. When your heart is content in my love, when you trust that I will provide for your every need, you will find that joy flows naturally from that place of contentment. Do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Instead, focus on the blessings of today. Give thanks for the small things that I have placed in your life, and trust that I am working all things for your good. When you live with contentment, you free yourself from the burden of constantly striving for more, and you open yourself to the joy that comes from simply being in my presence. I want you to know, my children, that I delight in you. I delight in the small things you do, the kind word spoken to a stranger, the gentle touch of a hand, the moment you pause to listen to the needs of another. These small acts of love are precious to me, and they bring joy to my heart. And in the same way, I want you to find delight in the small things of life, for they are all part of the beautiful tapestry that I am weaving in your life. Let us also reflect on the Sabbath, the day of rest that I have given you as a gift. The Sabbath is a time to pause, to rest, and to find joy in the small things. It is a time to step away from the busyness of life, to cease from your labors, and to delight in my presence. On the Sabbath, you are invited to slow down, to notice the beauty of creation, to give thanks for the blessings in your life, and to experience the joy that comes from resting in me. When you honor the Sabbath, you are not only obeying my command, but you are also nurturing your soul. You are giving yourself the space to see the small things, to reflect on my goodness, and to find joy in the simple pleasures of life. The Sabbath is a time to be present with your loved ones, to enjoy a meal together, to walk in nature, to laugh, to pray, and to rest in my love. These are the small things that bring joy and renewal to your soul. As you go about your days, I invite you to cultivate a spirit of wonder. Approach each day with the eyes of a child, seeing the world with curiosity, awe, and joy. Children find joy in the smallest of things: a butterfly fluttering by, the sound of rain, the taste of a sweet fruit. They are not burdened by the worries of the world, but instead, they live in the moment, fully present to the beauty around them. I invite you to do the same. Be present to the gifts that I have placed in your life and let them fill your heart with joy. And remember, my children, that joy is not something that can be taken from you. It is not dependent on your circumstances or on the things of this world. My joy is eternal, and it is my gift to you. Even in the midst of trials, even in the darkest of times, my joy is available to you. It is a joy that comes from knowing that I am with you, that I love you, and that I am working all things for your good. So today, I encourage you to find joy in the small things. Be grateful for the blessings that I have placed in your life, and trust that I am with you in every moment. As you do, you will find that your heart is filled with peace, that your spirit is renewed, and that my joy overflows in your life. Go now, my children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, as we journey even further into the depths of finding joy in the small things, I want you to consider how joy is tied to your sense of purpose and meaning. Every day, I place before you opportunities to live out your calling. These opportunities often come in small, seemingly insignificant moments: an act of kindness, a word of encouragement, a decision to choose patience over frustration. Yet, these moments are not insignificant in my eyes. Each one has the potential to bring joy to your heart and to the hearts of those around you. When you begin to see life through the lens of purpose, you will understand that the small things are the very threads that weave together a life of meaning. Purpose is not found in the grand gestures alone, but in the faithful attention to the details of everyday life. I have given you work to do, relationships to tend to, and a world to care for. Each small act of love, each small decision to do what is right, contributes to the greater purpose I have for you. Consider a gardener tending to a garden. Each day, the gardener must water the plants, pull out the weeds, and care for the soil. At first glance, these tasks may seem mundane or repetitive, but over time, the garden begins to bloom. The beauty of the flowers, the richness of the fruit, these are the results of the gardener's faithful attention to the small things. In the same way, your life is like a garden, and the small choices you make every day are the seeds you plant, the water you provide, and the care you give to ensure that it flourishes. You see, my children, joy is not something you have to chase after. It is something you cultivate. It is something that grows within you when you nurture it with gratitude, love, and purpose. When you find joy in the small things, you are not only filling your heart with peace, but you are also planting seeds of joy in the hearts of others. Your smile, your encouragement, your kindness, these are all small things that can make a great difference in the lives of those around you. Let us reflect on the parable of the talents. In this parable, a master gives his servants different amounts of money to invest while he is away. When the master returns, he finds that two of the servants have been faithful with what they were given and have multiplied it. To these servants, the master says, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share your master's happiness. But the third servant, who hid his talent out of fear, did nothing with what he was given. The master rebukes him, saying, You should have put my money on deposit with the bankers, so that when I returned, I would have received it back with interest. This parable teaches us the importance of being faithful with the small things. The servants who were faithful with their talents found joy in their master's approval and were entrusted with even greater responsibility. In the same way, when you are faithful in the small things, when you live with integrity, gratitude, and purpose in the details of life, I will entrust you with greater blessings. But more than that, you will share in my joy, the joy of knowing that you have lived a life that honors me, a life that reflects my love to the world. I want to remind you, my children, that I see everything you do. No act of kindness is too small for me to notice. No prayer whispered in the quiet of your heart goes unheard. No moment of gratitude, no matter how brief, is ever forgotten. I delight in the small things, and I rejoice in your faithfulness. You may not always see the impact of the small things you do, but I tell you, they are making a difference. Think about a single drop of water. On its own, it may seem small and insignificant, but when combined with other drops, it forms a river, a stream, or even an ocean. In the same way, your small acts of love, kindness, and faithfulness may seem insignificant to you, but when combined with the acts of others, they have the power to create a ripple effect that can change the world. Never underestimate the power of the small things, for in them, my love is made manifest. Let us talk about the gift of time. My children, time is one of the most precious gifts I have given you, and yet it is also one of the easiest to take for granted. Each moment you're given is a blessing, an opportunity to experience my love, to grow in your faith, and to make a difference in the world. But too often, you're so focused on the future, on what is to come, that you miss the beauty of the present moment. I want you to understand that every moment matters. Every moment is an opportunity to find joy, to give thanks, and to be present in my presence. Whether you are working, resting, or spending time with loved ones, each moment is a gift from me, and it is in these moments you will find the greatest joy. Do not rush through life, always looking ahead to the next thing. Slow down, be still, and allow yourself to fully experience the joy that is found in the here and now. Let us also reflect on the beauty of creation. I created the heavens and the earth, the stars and the seas, the mountains and the valleys, but I also created the smallest of creatures, the flowers that bloom in the fields, the birds that sing in the trees. Each part of creation, no matter how small, reflects my glory. And when you take the time to notice the beauty of creation, when you pause to marvel at the intricate details of the world I have made, you are drawn closer to me. There is joy to be found in nature, my children. There is joy in the way the sun rises each morning, painting the sky with colors that no artist could ever replicate. There is joy in the way the rain falls, bringing life to the earth and refreshing your soul. There is joy in the sound of the wind as it rustles through the leaves, in the sight of a butterfly fluttering by, in the scent of flowers in bloom. These are all small things, but they are reminders of my love for you, reminders of my presence in your life. And as you find the joy in the small things of creation, I invite you to reflect on the fact that you too are my creation. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, crafted in my image, and loved beyond measure. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are my beloved child, and I take delight in you. When you see the beauty in the small things around you, remember that I see the beauty in you. I see your heart, your soul, your love, and I am pleased with you. My children, I want you to live a life that is full of joy. I want you to experience the peace that comes from knowing that I am with you, that I love you, and that I am working all things for your good. But to live a life of joy, you must first learn to be present in the small things. You must learn to give thanks for the blessings that are right in front of you, to find delight in the simple pleasures of life, and to trust that I am with you in every moment. So today, I ask you to take a step back from the busyness of life. Take a moment to pause, to reflect, and to give thanks for the small things. Take a moment to breathe, to listen, to see, and to experience the joy that I have placed in your life. And as you do, I promise you that your heart will be filled with peace, that your spirit will be renewed, and that you will find the joy that your soul longs for. Go now, my children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, now that we have delved into the importance of finding joy in the small things and how this joy can transform your life, I want to talk about how this joy is deeply connected to trust. Trust is the foundation upon which joy rests. When you trust in me, you can find joy in all circumstances, whether they are moments of abundance or times of scarcity, moments of laughter or tears. Trust is the key that unlocks the door to joy, even when the world around you feels uncertain. Trusting in me means believing that I am with you, guiding you, and providing for you, even in the smallest of ways. It means recognizing that every small blessing, every moment of peace, every breath you take is a reminder of my faithfulness. When you trust in me, you begin to see that even the trials of life have a purpose. You begin to understand that I am using every experience, every challenge, to draw you closer to me, to shape your heart, and to help you grow in faith. Consider the Israelites as they wandered in the desert. Day after day, they faced uncertainty, hunger, and thirst. But I provided for them in the smallest of ways. I sent manna from heaven each morning, enough for them to eat for that day. I sent quail in the evening to satisfy their hunger, and I caused water to flow from a rock to quench their thirst. These were small daily blessings, yet through them I sustained my people. I was teaching them to trust in me, to find joy not in what they could store up or control, but in my daily provision. In the same way, I am asking you to trust me in the small things. Trust that I am providing for you, even when it feels like you don't have enough. Trust that I am guiding you, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Trust that I am working all things for your good, even when the trials you face seem overwhelming. And as you trust in me, you will find joy, not in the absence of difficulties, but in the presence of my love. Let us also talk about the power of mindfulness. My children, being mindful means being fully present in each moment, not letting your mind wander to the worries of tomorrow or the regrets of yesterday. Mindfulness allows you to experience the fullness of my presence in your life, to see the blessings that are right in front of you, and to find joy in the small things. It is in the present moment that you can most clearly hear my voice, feel my peace, and experience my joy. When you are mindful, you are able to appreciate the beauty of life in all its simplicity. You are able to notice the small things that bring joy: a cup of tea, the sound of laughter, the way the sunlight dances on the leaves. These are the moments where my love is revealed, not in loud proclamations, but in quiet whispers. When you live mindfully, you become aware of my constant presence with you, and this awareness brings peace and joy. Do you remember the story of Elijah when he was fleeing from those who sought to take his life? He went to a cave and waited for me to speak to him. There was a great and powerful wind, but I was not in the wind. There was an earthquake, but I was not in the earthquake. Then there was a fire, but I was not in the fire. After the fire came a gentle whisper, and it was in the whisper that I spoke to Elijah. My children, I am often found in the gentle whisper, in the quiet moments, in the small things. When you are mindful, you can hear my voice in the stillness. You can feel my presence in the calm. You can experience my joy in the smallest of blessings. So I ask you to be present, to quiet your mind, and to open your heart to the joy that is available to you right now, in this moment. And as we continue on this journey of finding joy in the small things, let us talk about the role of service. My children, joy is not only found in receiving my blessings, but also in giving them to others. When you serve others, when you give of yourself in small, simple ways, you're participating in my work in the world. You're extending my love to those who need it most. And in doing so, you are filled with joy. Service does not have to be grand or extraordinary. It can be as simple as offering a kind word to someone who is struggling, preparing a meal for a neighbor, or taking the time to listen to someone's story. These small acts of service are ways of spreading my love, and they bring joy not only to the one who receives, but also to the one who gives. Remember the words I spoke to you. It is more blessed to give than to receive. When you give of yourself, you are blessed with the joy that comes from knowing you have made a difference in someone's life. You are blessed with the peace that comes from knowing you are walking in my footsteps, living out my call to love one another. And as you serve others in small ways, you will find that your heart is filled with joy, for you are living out the purpose for which I created you. But service is not only about doing things for others. It is also about being present with them. It is about offering your time, your attention, and your love to those who need it. When you sit with someone who is lonely, when you listen to someone who is hurting, when you offer a shoulder to lean on, you are giving a gift that is far greater than any material possession. You are giving the gift of presence, and in that presence, there is joy. My children, I want you to know that joy is not a fleeting emotion. It is a deep, abiding sense of peace and contentment that comes from knowing that you are loved by me and that you are living according to my purpose for your life. This joy is not dependent on external circumstances. It is rooted in the knowledge that I am with you, that I am for you, and that I am working all things for your good. This joy is available to you every day, in every moment, in every small thing. It is found in the beauty of creation, in the love of family and friends, in the quiet moments of reflection and prayer, and in the simple acts of kindness and service you offer to others. It is a joy that cannot be taken away, for it is a joy that comes from me. But to experience this joy, you must first be willing to open your heart to it. You must be willing to let go of the distractions, the worries, and the busyness of life, and to focus on the blessings that are right in front of you. You must be willing to trust me, to be present in the moment, and to give thanks for the small things. So today, my beloved children, I invite you once again to find joy in the small things. I invite you to trust in my provision, to be mindful of my presence, to serve others with love, and to give thanks for the blessings that fill your life. As you do, you will find that your heart is filled with joy, that your spirit is renewed, and that my peace rests upon you. Go now, my children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, as we continue to explore the depth of joy found in the small things, I want to talk to you about one more aspect, the importance of patience in your journey of discovering joy. So often, joy eludes you because of impatience, because you're looking for immediate results, for quick fixes, for instant gratification. But I tell you, my children, the greatest joys are often cultivated over time, like a seed planted in fertile soil that must be watered and nurtured before it blossoms into a beautiful flower. Patience is a virtue that allows you to remain hopeful and expectant, even when the blessings you seek are not immediately visible. It is through patience that you learn to trust in my timing, to wait for the fullness of my blessings, and to appreciate the small, incremental gifts that I provide along the way. Consider the farmer who plants seeds in his field. He does not expect to harvest the crop the very next day. He understands that it takes time for the seeds to germinate, to grow, and to bear fruit. And during that time, he must care for the seeds, watering them, protecting them from weeds, and trusting that in due time, the harvest will come. In the same way, I am asking you to be patient as I work in your life, to trust that I am bringing about the harvest of blessings that you long for, even if you cannot see it yet. Patience is essential when it comes to finding joy in the small things. Often, the small blessings I give you are like seeds, tiny and unassuming at first, but full of potential. If you are impatient, you may overlook these blessings, dismissing them as insignificant or incomplete. But if you cultivate patience, you will begin to see that these small blessings are the very things that bring about the greatest joy in your life. Remember, my children, that I am with you in the waiting. I see your heart, your desires, and your longings. I understand the frustrations you feel when things do not happen as quickly as you would like. But I want you to know that I am working in every moment, even in the waiting. The waiting is not wasted time. It is a time of preparation, of growth, and of deepening your faith. It is in the waiting that you learn to rely on me, to trust in my goodness, and to find joy in the small things that are already unfolding before you. Let us also talk about the joy that comes from simplicity. My children, the world around you often complicates life, bombarding you with messages that tell you that more is better. More possessions, more achievements, more recognition. But I want you to know that true joy is found in simplicity. It is found in living a life that is not cluttered with unnecessary distractions, but one that is focused on the things that truly matter: love, kindness, faith, and gratitude. When you simplify your life, you create space for joy. You create space to notice the small blessings that I have placed in your path, to appreciate the beauty of the present moment, and to be fully present with those you love. Simplicity allows you to strip away the noise and the busyness, to quiet your mind and your heart, and to find joy in the simple pleasures of life. A shared meal, a walk in nature, a conversation with a friend. Do you remember the time I spent with my disciples? We did not live in grand palaces or surround ourselves with wealth and luxury. We traveled from village to village, living simply, teaching, healing, and serving. And yet, those were times of great joy. The joy we shared was not found in material things, but in the love and fellowship we experienced together, in the moments of connection and the simple acts of service. This is where true joy is found. My children, not in the accumulation of things, but in the simplicity of a life lived in love and service. Simplicity also allows you to be more mindful of the needs of others. When you are not consumed by the pursuit of more, you have the freedom to share what you have with those in need. And as you give, you will find that joy multiplies. The joy of giving is one of the greatest joys you can experience, for in giving, you are reflecting my heart, and you are participating in the work of bringing light and hope to the world. Let us also reflect on the joy of contentment. My children, contentment is the state of being at peace with where you are, with what you have, and with the journey I have set before you. It is the ability to say, "It is well with my soul," even when life does not look exactly the way you imagined it would. Contentment is not about settling for less. It is about trusting that what I have given you is enough, that my grace is sufficient for you, and that my plans for your life are good. When you are content, you are free to find joy in the small things. You are not constantly striving for more, but instead, you are able to appreciate the blessings that are right in front of you. Contentment allows you to see that every day is a gift. Every moment is an opportunity to experience my love, and every small blessing is a reminder of my faithfulness. The Apostle Paul wrote these words, "I have learned to be content, whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through Him who gives me strength." Paul understood the secret of contentment. It is found not in external circumstances, but in the internal assurance that I am with you, that I am for you, and that I am working all things for your good. Contentment does not mean that you give up on your dreams or your desires. It means that you trust me with them. It means that you place your hopes and your plans in my hands, knowing that I will bring about what is best for you in my perfect timing. And as you wait in contentment, you will find that your heart is filled with joy, not because everything is perfect, but because you know that I am with you and that my love for you never fails. Finally, my children, I want to remind you that joy is not something you have to create or manufacture on your own. It is a gift from me, a fruit of the Spirit that grows within you as you walk with me. As you cultivate gratitude, patience, simplicity, and contentment, you will find that joy naturally flows from your heart. It is a joy that is not dependent on your circumstances, but on your relationship with me. This joy is your strength. It is what sustains you through the challenges of life, what lifts you up when you are weary, and what fills your heart with hope, even in the darkest of times. It is a joy that is deep and abiding, a joy that comes from knowing that you are loved, that you are seen, and that you are held in my hands. So today, my beloved children, I invite you once again to find joy in the small things, be patient in the waiting, simplify your life, cultivate contentment, trust in my provision. As you do, you will discover that joy is not something distant or elusive, but something that is already within your reach, something that is present in every moment, in every small blessing, and in every act of love. Go now, my children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, as we explore further into the depths of joy that lie hidden in the small things, I want to touch on another important aspect: resilience. Resilience is the ability to withstand life's storms, to rise up after you have been knocked down, and to keep going despite the challenges you face. It is this resilience that helps you find joy even in difficult circumstances, especially when life's trials seem overwhelming. Many times, you may feel that joy is impossible to find in hardship, that the struggles you face overshadow any blessing. But I tell you this: even in moments of difficulty, my joy is available to you. This joy is not fleeting or superficial. It is a deep and abiding sense of peace that comes from knowing that I am with you, that I am carrying you through every trial, and that I am working all things for your good. Resilience is built through faith. When you trust in me, you begin to see that no storm is too great for us to face together. And as you walk through these trials with me by your side, you will discover small moments of grace, even in the midst of the storm. These are the moments when joy breaks through, like sunlight piercing through dark clouds. It may come in the form of a kind word from a friend, a moment of laughter in the midst of sorrow, or a quiet moment of peace when you feel my presence with you. Do you remember when I calmed the storm on the Sea of Galilee? My disciples were terrified, thinking that the wind and waves would surely overwhelm their boat. But I was with them, and with a single command, I calmed the storm and brought them safely to shore. In the same way, I am with you in the storms of your life. I am not distant or unaware of your struggles. I am in the boat with you, and when you trust in me, you can find joy even in the storm, knowing that I am in control and that I will bring you through safely. Resilience allows you to find joy in the small victories. When life feels overwhelming, it is easy to become focused on the size of the challenges ahead and to overlook the progress you are making. But I want you to take notice of the small steps you are taking, the small victories you are achieving each day. Perhaps it is simply getting through a difficult day, choosing hope when despair feels easier, or offering kindness to someone when your own heart feels heavy. These small victories are significant in my eyes, and they are moments of joy that you can celebrate. Let us talk about the importance of hope, my children. Hope is the foundation upon which joy is built, for without hope, joy cannot take root. Hope is the belief that there is light even in the darkness, that there is a future even when the present feels uncertain, and that my promises are true even when they have not yet come to pass. Hope allows you to find joy in the small things, even when life is difficult, because it reminds you that the story is not over. Hope tells you that there are better days ahead, that I am working behind the scenes in ways you cannot yet see, and that my plans for you are good. When you live with hope, you're able to see beyond the present moment and to trust in the future that I am preparing for you. Consider the prophet Jeremiah, who spoke these words to the Israelites when they were in exile. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Even in the midst of their exile, when all seemed lost, I gave them a promise of hope, a promise that their future would be filled with my blessings. And I make the same promise to you, my children. No matter where you are, no matter what challenges you face, I have a future of hope and joy prepared for you. Hope is the anchor for your soul, keeping you steady in the midst of life's storms. It allows you to find joy in the small blessings that come your way, knowing that each one is a sign of my faithfulness, a reminder that I am with you, and a glimpse of the greater blessings that are yet to come. As we continue this journey of finding joy in the small things, let us also talk about gratitude. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to joy. When you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you begin to see the world differently. You begin to notice the blessings that are all around you, the ways in which I am providing for you each day, and the beauty that fills your life, even in the midst of difficulty. Gratitude allows you to focus on what you have rather than what you lack. It shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from fear to trust, and from anxiety, peace. When you give thanks for the small things, the meal on your table, the roof over your head, the kindness of a friend, you open your heart to joy. You begin to realize that joy is not something that comes from external circumstances, but from the way you choose to see the world. Do you remember the story of the 10 lepers who came to me for healing? All 10 were healed, but only one returned to give thanks. And I asked, were not all 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? The one who returned to give thanks received not only physical healing, but a deeper spiritual healing, a healing of the heart. This is the power of gratitude, my children. When you give thanks for the small things, you open the door for greater blessings to flow into your life. You allow my joy to fill your heart in ways that go beyond the surface. Gratitude also draws you closer to me. When you give thanks, you're acknowledging my presence in your life, my hand at work in every detail. You are recognizing that I am the source of every good and perfect gift, and that I am with you in every moment. This recognition brings joy, for when you know that I am with you, you can face any challenge with hope, peace, and confidence. I want to remind you, my children, that joy is not reserved for those who have everything they want or for those who live without hardship. Joy is available to all of you, no matter where you are or what you are facing. It is found in the small things, the everyday moments of grace and love that I provide. It is found in the beauty of creation, in the laughter of a child, in the kindness of a stranger. It is found in the quiet moments of prayer, in the stillness of my presence, and in the assurance that you are loved beyond measure. Let us reflect on the joy that comes from community. My children, you were not created to walk this journey of life alone. I have placed people in your life, family, friends, and fellow believers, to walk alongside you, to share in your joys and your sorrows, and to help you find joy in the small things. When you gather together in love, when you share a meal, when you pray for one another, when you offer a listening ear, You are participating in the joy of community, a joy that reflects my love for you. In community, you are reminded that you are not alone. You are reminded that you are part of something greater than yourself, that you are connected to others who share your faith and your hope. And as you encourage one another, as you lift each other up, as you celebrate each other's victories and walk with each other through trials, you will find that joy multiplies. It is in the small moments of connection and fellowship that joy takes root and grows. I want you to know, my children, that I am present in your communities. When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there with you, and in my presence there is fullness of joy. So I encourage you to invest in your relationships, to nurture the bonds of love and friendship that I have given you, and to find joy in the small moments of connection, laughter, and shared experience. As we draw to a close on this reflection of finding joy in the small things, I leave you with this truth. Joy is not something you have to search for far and wide. It is already within your reach, already woven into the fabric of your life. It is found in the simple, the quiet, the everyday. It is found in trusting me, in living with hope, in cultivating gratitude, and in loving those around you. Go now, my beloved children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, as we continue our reflection on the beauty and power of finding joy in small things, I want to delve deeper into a final, profound truth: presence. So much of the joy I offer you is available in the present moment, yet many of you are distracted by the past or anxious about the future. You spend your days caught up in worries, regrets, and plans for tomorrow, and in doing so, you miss the beauty and blessings that are before you right now. But joy is here, in this very moment. I invite you to slow down, to be present, to experience the fullness of joy that can only be found in the here and now. When you are present, fully immersed in the moment, you become more aware of my presence with you. You begin to notice the small things that are easily overlooked in the busyness of life. The soft chirping of birds in the morning, the warmth of a cup of tea in your hands, the gentle breeze that rustles through the trees. All of these are my whispers of love to you. They are reminders of my constant care and provision, but you must be present to notice them. Let us look at my time on earth. As I walked among you, I was always present with those I encountered. When I spoke with the Samaritan woman at the well, I listened to her story, and I was fully present in that moment. When I healed the blind and the lame, I was not rushing to the next task. I was focused on the person before me, offering healing, love, and compassion. In those moments, I found joy, not in the grand acts of healing alone, but in the connection, the presence, the opportunity to be with my beloved children. I want the same for you, my children. I want you to be fully present with one another and with me. I want you to experience the deep joy that comes from truly seeing, truly hearing, and truly loving the people I have placed in your life. He trusted me when I promised him a son, even when it seemed impossible. And because of his faith, Abraham found joy, not in the fulfillment of the promises alone, but in the journey of walking with me, trusting me, and seeing my faithfulness unfold in his life. I want the same for you, my children. I want you to walk by faith, to trust me with your future, and to find joy in the small steps you take each day. Each moment of faith, each act of trust is a step toward the life of joy that I have prepared for you. And as you walk this path of faith, you will find that joy is not a distant goal, but a constant companion, present in every moment, every step, every breath. So today, my beloved children, I invite you once again to live in the joy that I offer you. Be present in the moment. Rest in my love. Find a stillness in my presence, and walk by faith. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you, reminders of my love and my presence in your life. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. Go now, my children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are the treasures of life, the evidence of my grace, and the pathway to the abundant life I have promised you. My beloved children, as we go even further into understanding the beauty of joy, let us now reflect on how contentment shapes your capacity to experience joy in small things. Contentment is not merely the act of accepting your circumstances, but rather a deeper spiritual state of knowing that my love is sufficient, that I am enough for you. When you live in contentment, you open your heart to receive joy from even the smallest blessings. In a world that constantly encourages you to strive for more, to compare yourself with others, and to measure success by external standards, contentment can sometimes feel elusive. Yet, I call you to be content with where you are and what you have, because I am already providing for you in ways you might not even realize. Contentment allows you to rest in the assurance that my plan for your life is good, even if you cannot see the full picture yet. Do you remember the Apostle Paul's words in his letter to the Philippians? He wrote, "I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want." Paul's joy did not come from his external circumstances, but from his relationship with me. This is the secret I want to reveal to you. My children, true joy is not found in possessions or achievements, but in knowing that you are deeply loved and cared for by me. When you are content, you are able to see the small blessings in your life as gifts from me. Each breath you take, each meal you share with loved ones, each sunrise and sunset, these are all signs of my love and grace. Contentment shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. And in that shift, you find joy. It is not about settling for less. It is about recognizing that with me, you already have everything you need. Let us now reflect on gratitude as a daily practice. Gratitude is the bridge that connects your heart to joy. It is the intentional practice of acknowledging the blessings I have given you, even in the smallest forms. Gratitude turns your attention away from what is missing and toward what is present. It is the act of saying, "Thank you, Lord, for the gift of today." When you wake up in the morning, I encourage you to begin your day with gratitude. Before the busyness of life takes over, pause for a moment to give thanks for the new day, for the breath in your lungs, for the opportunities ahead. As you move through your day, continue to notice the small blessings, a kind word from a friend, the beauty of nature, the sense of peace in a quiet moment. Each of these blessings is a reminder of my presence with you, and each one is an invitation to experience joy. Gratitude transforms your heart because it opens your eyes to the abundance that is already around you. When you practice gratitude, you begin to see that I am constantly at work in your life, providing for you in ways both big and small. Gratitude is a way of living with open hands, ready to receive my gifts, and also ready to share those gifts with others. And as you cultivate a heart of gratitude, you will find that joy begins to flow naturally in your life, like a river that cannot be stopped. Now, let us consider humility as a gateway to joy. Humility is often misunderstood, but it is essential for a life filled with joy. Humility is not about thinking less of yourself, but thinking of yourself less and recognizing that every good thing in your life is a gift from me. When you live with humility, you are able to appreciate the small things with a sense of wonder and gratitude, knowing that they are not owed to you, but freely given out of my love. Think of the childlike wonder that I so often spoke of during my time on earth. Unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Children are humble in their approach to life. They see the world with wide eyes and open hearts, marveling at the beauty in the simplest things. This is the kind of humility that leads to joy, the humility that allows you to be fully present, to take delight in the moment, and to receive each day as a gift. Humility also frees you from the burden of comparison. When you are humble, you are not focused on measuring your life against others. Instead, you are content with what I have given you, and you are able to rejoice in the blessings I have given to others. Humility allows you to celebrate the successes and joys of others without feeling threatened or diminished. It allows you to see that my love for you is unique and personal, and that I am working in your life in ways that are perfectly suited to you. Let us now talk about simplicity. In simplicity, there is great joy. The world around you often encourages complexity, more possessions, more commitments, more distractions. But I call you to a life of simplicity, a life that is focused on the things that truly matter. When you simplify your life, you make space for joy. You clear away the clutter that distracts you from my presence, and you open your heart to experience the fullness of life that I have promised you. Simplicity is not about living with less. It is about living with intention. It is about making choices that align with your values, with the purpose I have for your life. It is about being mindful of how you spend your time, your energy, and your resources. When you live simply, you're able to focus on the relationships, the moments, and the experiences that bring true joy. You are able to appreciate the beauty of the small things, the things that the world may overlook, but that I see as precious. Remember the lilies of the field and the birds of the air. They do not worry about what they will eat or what they will wear, and yet I care for them. How much more, then, will I care for you, my beloved children? When you live with simplicity, you are able to trust in my provision, knowing that I will supply all of your needs according to my riches in glory. You are free to live in the moment, to find joy in the small things, and to trust that I am with you every step of the way. And finally, let us reflect on celebration. Celebration is a powerful expression of joy. It is the act of rejoicing in my goodness, of giving thanks for the blessings I have given you, and of sharing that joy with others. Celebration is not reserved for grand occasions or major milestones. It can be found in the everyday moments of life. Each day is an opportunity to celebrate my love, my grace, and my faithfulness. I invite you to celebrate the small victories, the moments of growth, the acts of kindness that fill your days. When you celebrate, you are acknowledging that life itself is a gift, that each day is filled with moments of grace and beauty. Celebration is a way of living with an open heart, ready to receive the joy that I offer you and to share that joy with the world around you. Do you remember the parable of the lost sheep? When the shepherd found the one lost sheep, he called his friends and neighbors together and said, "Rejoice with me. I have found my lost sheep." In the same way, I rejoice over you, my children, when you turn to me, when you trust in me, and when you find joy in the small things. And I invite you to celebrate with me, to rejoice in my presence, to give thanks for my blessings, and to share that joy with others. As we bring this reflection to a close, I want you to remember that joy is not something you have to chase after or earn. It is my gift to you, freely given. It is found in the small things, the quiet moments, the everyday blessings that fill your life. And as you cultivate gratitude, contentment, humility, simplicity, and celebration, you will find that joy becomes a natural part of who you are. Deep and abiding joy that flows from your relationship with me. Go now, my beloved children, and live with a heart of gratitude. Find joy in the small things, for they are my gifts to you. And know that as you give thanks for these blessings, I am with you, delighting in you, and pouring out my love upon you every single day. My beloved children, as we come to the close of this journey together, I want to leave you with this truth. Joy is not a destination you must seek far and wide, nor is it something that only comes in moments of great achievement or abundance. Joy is woven into the very fabric of your life, present in the smallest moments, in the simplest things, and in the quiet corners of your heart. It is a reflection of my love for you, a love that is constant, unwavering, and unending. As you move forward from here, I invite you to open your eyes, your heart, and your spirit to the beauty that surrounds you every day. There is joy in the laughter of a child, in the warmth of the sun on your face, in the quiet moments of reflection, and in the kindness shared between friends. There is joy in knowing that you are never alone, that I walk beside you through every valley and over every mountain, and that my love for you will never fail. Remember, my children, that joy is a choice. It is a way of seeing the world, of living with gratitude, and of trusting in my presence even in the most difficult moments. It is a gift that I freely offer you each day, and it is yours to embrace. When you choose to live with a heart open to joy, you are choosing to live in the fullness of the life I have promised you, a life of peace, of love, and of purpose. So go now and find joy in the small things. Celebrate the ordinary moments. Give thanks for the simple blessings and share my love with those around you. In doing so, you will not only discover the joy that I have placed in your heart, but you will also become a source of joy for others. And as you live in this joy, know that I am with you always, delighting in you and rejoicing over you with love that knows no bounds. Go in peace, my beloved children, and live in the joy that is your inheritance. My beloved children, as we bring this journey to its close, let this final truth settle deeply in your hearts. Joy is not something distant or unattainable. It is within your reach every single day, waiting to be embraced. It is not found in extraordinary events or achievements, but in the quiet moments, the simple blessings, and the love that surrounds you. True joy springs from your connection with me, from knowing that you are seen, known, and loved beyond measure. Remember that joy is your birthright, your inheritance as children of God. It is not fleeting like the pleasures of this world, nor does it depend on your circumstances. Joy is steadfast, enduring, and deeply rooted in your trust in me. Whether you walk through seasons of abundance or through valleys of difficulty, I am with you, pouring out my grace upon you. In every sunrise, in every act of kindness, in every breath you take, I am there, offering you my joy. Let each day be a celebration of the gift of life I have given you. Rejoice in the small victories, in the love of family and friends, in the beauty of creation that reflects my glory. Do not wait for the perfect moment to experience joy, for every moment is filled with my presence, if only you open your heart to see it. Even in your struggles, joy can be found in the assurance that I am guiding you, molding you, and working all things together for your good. I invite you to slow down, to live in the present, and to take delight in the blessings that surround you, in the soft whisper of the wind, in the laughter of a child, in the comfort of a shared meal. These are not trivial moments, but glimpses of my love for you. Do not rush past them. Be present, be grateful, and let these small joys fill your heart. And as you receive this joy, let it flow outward from you. Share it with those around you, for joy, when shared, multiplies. Be a light to those in darkness, a reminder that even in the midst of hardship, joy is possible. Your joy can inspire others to seek me, to find hope, and to know that they too are loved. So, my beloved children, go forth with a heart full of joy. Know that I am with you always, in every step, in every breath, in every small moment. Live with gratitude, love with all your heart, and let the joy I have placed within you be a beacon to the world. You are my beloved, and I rejoice over you with everlasting joy. Go in peace and live in the fullness of my joy every single day.